All right. C1x Updates. Oh, are we good? Episode 19, I think. 19 or 20. Where were we? We finished up the misdistribution graphic in the last video. I think that was what I finished on. Did do some work off camera. So this is what we got the miss graphic to look like. Made a note that I wanted the layout of this wheel to end up changing quite a bit. Right now it basically looks exactly the same as it did when I ended the last video. But I did remove the number of segments, so we've got 3 good segments, 2 bad segments now. I did a whole bunch of messing with how I was actually grading those segments, so they're actually showing correctly at this point. They were not previously, but now we're valuing fairway hits, punishing penalties. So you'll notice that backhand flip up, forehand low skip, and forehand flex are the 3 good segments. And if we go up here, we had 3 fairway hits, and it was those 3 right there. So, and then the worst ones are our tee shot that landed in the rough, and our tee shot that incurred a penalty stroke, which was an overhand and a backhand stable. So, lots of time messing with that last night, but that's working. Made a few notes over how I wanted to change the appearance of this stuff. Just added it to the bottom of the list, and then I also spent a little bit of time with ChatGPT putting together a function to generate a round grade for deep stats. So again, we already have this round grade here. I want a deep stats round grade so this round grade looks at literally just B stats, essentially. Putting stats, driving stats, puts together a cumulative grade for them. The deep round grade, I want to focus a little bit more on consistency. So for example, for putting, it's not going to look at putts made, although it's going to be slightly correlated because what it's going to look at instead is the consistency in hitting the center of the chains. That's what we're going to look at. So, yeah, a lot of this stuff is far from perfect. Like things like, why is there a red dot right in the center of the basket? I'm not quite sure what happened there. Oh, actually, I think I do know. I think it's because of this. So that might be something I already fixed. So this was the issue we fixed last time. We're just on the last hole. It wasn't counting it as the basket. Obviously, I fixed that with this. Yeah, I didn't even put a location for it, so that makes sense. But I bet that's why that had a red dot there. Okay, disregard. So that probably works now. Now. Do we have a miss C1 putt? One miss C2 putt? That's it. I made everything else. Okay, so yeah, that's right then. So we should only have the one miss. Okay, cool. But yeah, so like putting grade, for example, is going to look at consistency and hitting the center of the chains. Which would give you the added benefit of, for example, this grade looks at putts made. So let's say you have a round where you just have 3 terrible spit outs. They're dead center, they come back out. You're going to get punished on this round grade for it because it looks at putts made. But you're probably going to frustratingly go mark that it still hits center of chains, so you're going to get rewarded for it on the putting grade for the deep stats. Which, more important one, arguably. But yeah, so I've got a rough function for this, which is definitely going to need some tweaking. I've got a rough graphic, which I had ChatGPT start with, and we'll see what that looks like. But yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to start with just getting the graphic added to this list for display, and then we'll start tweaking stuff here. So let's go organization. all the way up here, deep stats grade key. I already have the key, which is awesome. Deep stats grade key. So let's go down here. We're gonna go deep stat organization, deep stats grade key. Yeah, and it's gonna get the same map. Beautiful. Okay, we've got the grade key there. Grade, shot types, deep stats grade. This is, I guess this is an order thing too, right? We'll put it under the composite for now. Deep stats grade. Let's go copy this. We're gonna move this down under quality, deep grade. Let's give it a type of deep grade. And then we'll save this. We'll go to the widget factory, and then we're gonna have a case deep grade. Return. What did we call it? Deep stats line wave grade. Grade line wave. Here, here. State in there. Perfect. Okay. Deep stats grade line wave. Deep stats. Yeah, it's like I don't think that's quite gonna hold up yet. Maybe. Yeah, it's not importing it. Okay. No, not individual stats. We can scrap all those. And this is going to be deep round grade graphic. There we go. Cool, cool. Pass the map. Should be it. Right? Yeah, let's do a quick reset. See what breaks. So hopefully we have a little something underneath this wheel now. Yeah. All right, that's a good start. So the thought I had here, and this is a step in the right direction, but I thought it would be cool to throw a graph like this inside of a little container, a little screen or something, put the deep round grade title above it, do all of that obviously, but then have the fluctuations in the wave be dependent on what the grade actually was. So a really high grade would be a nice smooth line, and low grades would be all jaggedy. I thought that'd be kind of cool. So yeah, that's a start. Okay, so we got that in there. Now let's get back to the wheel thing. So first items on the wheel list were things that let me make sure I'm actually going in the right order here. Release angles, flight paths, misses. Yeah, this is next. Let's get rid of this top section. Okay, so only 3 good segments, 2 bad segments, which we did. That does have the caveat in this that if the user decides to not log flight paths or distances, meaning that we'll assume they only log shot types, then we're only going to show one of each. So 1 good, 1 bad, it'll just be a shot type. And that is set up on this. All right, prioritize. Let's see actually, what does it look like when there are no shot types? No throw data, that's perfect. Okay. Yeah, that's great. Next. All right, and so then I wanted it to also in the wheel previously, it was prioritizing combinations of 2. I wanted to prioritize combinations of 3. So I wanted to look at shot type, flight path, and distance, which this is now doing. So I am actually done with that bullet too. All right, updating the description text. This one, I am a little unsure at the moment of how I actually want to proceed. I do want to get rid of this summary at the end. We're not going to do that. Okay. So yeah, get rid of that. I'm getting a best list, I'm getting a worst list. What? Did I make notes on this at the bottom? General consistencies and shot type. If shot type only mode. Let's go best half and worst half maybe. Combos.length is 2. Alright, so let's go. I've got combos length. Best half is going to be equal to combos.length divided by 2. So I've got a number there. How can I do this? I gotta think about this. If combos dot length no, this. Truncating division operator. How does... You gotta remember here. By rounding towards 0. If it's even, so if it's 8, I want best half is equal to combos length divided by 2, which is going to give me 4, and I don't want it to include 4. Double. What's a double? Combos length is a double? What are we talking about? This is producing a double. Is that why I need this? Let's just refresh here. Let's refresh. All right, so 10 divided by 3 is... Okay, that's fine. All right, -1. Or no, we're taking 4. Hold on, I'm not thinking here. I'm not thinking here. Okay, if it's odd, so let's say it's 9, then I want best half to take 0 to 4. Still, I want it to take the first 4. I want worst to take the bottom 5. Yeah, so I actually want this. So looking at this, obviously, a much better way to do this would be this. Okay. Best half, worst half. And then I want a if shot type only mode. Combos. And then I want to pass these to the best down below. That's what I'm going for here. And then let's go with a final best for summary is equal to combos dot take best half to list, worst for summary. Okay, so that's what I want to use. And then we can update. So trying to pass more combos to them so that I can provide a little bit more context on consistency. That's what I'm thinking. Where's that summary at? Here we go. All right, let's go to ChatGPT here. The below. Come on. The below widget writes a brief summary based on shot combinations passed to it. What I've done is taken the put them in best. That is I am reconsidering here. Let's print best for summary. Best for summary. Let's get rid of this so that I can see it. That's not helpful at all. All right, let's do this then. when the values come in, they look like this. All right, let's reset just so I can hopefully now actually see what best and worst consist of. Created via the below. And just printing them out all together. I want the summary function to look at all of the values visually, i.e. and write a brief snippet on the overall consistency of the round. For certain shot types, flight pass distances consistently, and the best or worst. Let's see what we get here. Let's give this a try. Where'd we go? Did I lose it? I lost it. Summary. Not that one. Right here. Bottom component is never used. I do like that. Okay. I'll be right back while that's running. Alright, so this will put a decent summary together, hopefully. Right? Hopefully. Okay, let's do a reset. My phone thought that reset was Siri, but it didn't think that was Siri. All right, strongest throws. Okay, so that's, I mean, it's closer. I like the direction this is headed in. Yeah, well, let's go get rid of these. Printed out the below values after they were calculated and got flip up shots in the 250 to 350 range, technically, yeah. Forehand flip up? Did not throw a single forehand flip up. No. No, no, no. Summary goes on to say that forehand flip up shots in the 250 to 350 range, particularly strong. This is bad advice because forehand flip up was never thrown during the round. Notice that your code is just combining best of each item and not considering whether they were actually a part of the same shot in the values provided. What do I want? Shots limiting your consistency include backhands, stale shots, or combinations like overhand. Less frequent combinations like backhand flex, 350 to 400. Backhand flex 350 to 400, just a weird combination. I think the summary could look at combinations of 2 out of the 3. Tries that instead. I like that. Okay. Best pairs, right in, container. Okay. Let's give it a try. Whoa. A little far there. You can do it. All right. Strongest patterns. Forehand 250 to 300. Oh, why is the... What just happened up here? I used them in the wrong spot. Best, worst. Okay. Strongest patterns included forehand 250, 300, backhand flip up, backhand 300, 400 feet, overhand, backhand stable, backhand 350 to 400. Build combos from holes. Is that only passing 5 to begin with? Put if absent. Shot, penalty, landing, build scores, combos, triple scores, build scores. Triple inconclusive. Length is less than 5. Triple count. What do I get from that? Triple count is 9. Okay. They are already... I'm already parsing them as strings, right? If I create the argument to pass like below, what type should it be coming into summary here? Even though the best argument I'm passing in is coming in with this structure. Into a list combo store. Okay. Sure. All right, so reset then. And we'll print what the best combos is. Let's print worst as well. Print worst combos. All right, flip up 350 to 400. Stable is the worst. Other stable, backhand turnover, hyzer. Low skip, flip up. And then worst combos, limiting consistency is overhand, backhand stable, and backhand. All right, let's drop this in. So below is what they look like coming in right now. This produces an interesting issue for me. With your code, I end up getting backhand 350 to 400 feet listed in both the consistent and inconsistent categories. How can we prevent this? A lot of time adjusting the summary here, but that is an important one, I think. Track pairs separately. Remove any pair from worst. That also. What if I want it so that if a pair appears in both sections, it is removed from both? Because it seems silly also to throw like 350 feet to 400 feet in the good section when clearly it's in a bad section too. This is for the whole summary. Come here. Here we go. Give me another reset. Get it formatted nicely. Yeah, we're being a little bit slow today. That's okay. It is loading in the bottom half of the screen, so it's not quite frozen yet. Come on, you can do it. There we go. All right. Forehand 250 to 300, backhand flip up. And flip ups from 350 to 400 feet. Overhand, backhand stable. Stable to 3. Yeah, okay. Forehand. Oh, all right, let's do one more. One more slide update here. Pair counts. What do I call count pairs at? Do I call it somewhere? Clearly? Am I blind? Oh, literally right here. Okay. Can you update this to only remove a pair if it appears in the top 3 best or top 3 worst, i.e. meaning that it would be mentioned in both if it is in the top 3 best but is number 4 worst, meaning it won't be written in the worst section, then it can be shown in the top. Best pairs intersection. Top best. So we just do this. Yeah. One more reset. See how long this takes. I think I'm close. Obviously, the appearance is going to be a separate issue, as it always is, but the substance feels very close. All right, forehand 250 to 300, backhand flip up. Flip ups at a distance. Okay, overhand, backhand stable at a 3. Yeah. I don't hate that. Your strongest shot types in this round included. Shot types that you were inconsistent or consistently worse. This round included shot types limiting your consistency include overall, if solid consistency and shot. I'm thinking maybe I drop this line for right now. Is there a better way to show like parentheses or all right, maybe the last prompt to ChatGPT for this. Update the function below to put the shot types readable format, maybe wrapping them in a container or a plus in between types instead of a dot. All quite hard to read at the moment. Okay, let's go back up here on my list. Wheel. All right, there we go. And the column, I mean, yeah, that's probably going to give me a little more control here, which would be good. Top pairs widget. Oh, I see. And so then this, we got the column, gray shade, text, cross-axis alignment. Start with children. Throw that in here. Our strongest shot types this round include shot types limiting your consistency include And then we had a if best length is less than works length, and we add this text as well. Yeah. All right, and then I get rid of this. Text, round, consistency, summary. Sure, whatever, we can go through and adjust these later. All right, let's do a reset and see what that ended up looking like. That'll give me a little bit more control. Yeah, that's a better start. Okay. So we're going to call that good. Description text, we eliminated that little summary that was at the end. This looks better. This is at least now to the point where I can start to mess with aesthetics. Center of the wheel. I did have some thoughts on what I could put in the center of the wheel, but I am going to do that later. Not a part of the list I'm on right now, but we did brainstorm. Okay, and then fonts was the last thing. I have separate notes on the appearance of all of this. It just wasn't something that I wrote in the section that I'm on right now. So actually, here's what we're going to do. We're just going to put fonts down at the end. We'll do all the appearance stuff together. And then we'll be done with at least the preliminary notes on the wheel. Which wasn't really much of a aesthetics. Not a lot of aesthetics work, but structure does look good. Did brainstorm a bit on how to compile this deep round grade. So we got that. I'm on just to a little mini section right now. I wanted to add deep stats up here. So this is going to be round display. Where are we at? New distance, gotta go down. Capture and share, nope. Page view. Deep stats enabled. Okay, that makes sense. Single child scroll view, and then down here to this guy. So, and then here we're going to have a text deep stats. Oh, I thought I did. Yeah, it's just taking its time here. It'll figure it out. All right, let's go font size 40, font family, Lolita. We'll throw max lines up. I can get ahead of this one. Overflow ellipsis. Still doesn't like it. What's oh, there's no, because I threw it in the wrong spot. That's why it doesn't like it. Come on, Dylan. Get it together. Get it together. Great. And now let's do a reset. Give me a big old title up there. Heck yeah. Even bigger. I think we can go back. All right. Added it to the top of the second page. And then I kind of wanted to remove those buttons if on the second page. Where's that going to be? Up here, right? Page view. All right, let's go. Oh, not search chat. New chat. New chat. There we go. All right, so with a page view like this, is there an easy way to tell which page it is on programmatically? Page controller, we attach a controller. Instance page controller. All right, let's add one of these guys. Lots of spots I could put this in. Display page controller. Let's call it that. Int current page. Display page equals 0. Override init state. Listen for page changes. Do I have an init state in here? I do. Override init state. Add listener. Display page controller. And current display page. Okay. And then we need a dispose. Display page controller. All right. And then on the page view, we go controller is this. Okay. A little bit further down, icon, expanded. Page view, here we go. Controller, display page controller. Yeah, that's not the name of it. Thank you. Gotta move them outside of it. All right, we can do that. How about now? There we go. Okay, so now I have current display page. And then the reason that I want that let's just do a test here. All right, now give me a reset. I want to hide these two buttons at the top when on the deep stats view. 0, 1. Oh, because I'm freaking printed at the end, Dylan. Jeez. Are we good? me just reset it again. I think it's just being so slow. I gotta reset, make sure I'm looking at the right thing. This should be 1. Yeah, 1 and 0. Okay. So then for those icons that I have down here, back button needs to be there, obviously. Round date we're going to let be there. Here we're going to go if current display page is equal to 0. And then this whole icon button is going to go inside of it, along with this one. And then we're going to see if this looks stupid or not. I'm going to hope it doesn't. Let me tap that out once. So now hopefully they disappear if I swipe the page. That's the thought. It preliminarily disappeared there. Cool. All right, so those are done. Got the little deep stats title. Icon buttons go away. Yeah, deep grade is going to be iffy. Like at this point, we're just going to have to add a new section of notes, which I can do in my spare time on both getting the function to work properly and then also notes on adjusting this view. Next thing on my list was to update shot types at the top, actually. And then I will go through on my own time. We still got lots to do, but eventually I'll go through on my own time, make more notes on how I want to change this, notes on the appearance changes, calculation changes for that. Let's get one update going on the shot type here, just to say we did. Which was updating fonts. Let's close this out. Close this out. Let's close out round display. Shot type graphic, text. And if you watched either of the previous 2 videos, you know the drill here. Font size. Comma, overflow, ellipsis. Copy, max lines 1. Okay. And then next right here. Max lines 1. Text style has overflow and text has overflow? I didn't know that. Drop that. All right, same thing here. Let's get these formatted in a way that's usable. Keep things consistent. Font family. Max lines 1. Down to here, same thing. Font family, get rid of that line, and max lines 1, comma. Okay, build context value here, no bold. Looks like, is it going to give it to me? Is it not? I don't know. All right. Same thing. Font sizes and stuff we'll update later. I'm gonna have to go update all the colors too at some point. I intend to update background colors. That's a separate note, but we'll at least get the fonts in here. Oh, and we're done. Okay. Update. Okay. Where do I calculate text size? Here we go. 0.8. A little too big. 7.5. Nope. 7. Perfect. All right, so those are in. Title size should be bigger. Yeah, we got room there. Big number is good. Okay. That's all right. That's a start. Fonts are updated. And I think I'm going to call it there for today. So, very minimal change here. We got our little deep stats header at the top. I should add, I've got a note on my to-do list to add shot types as a title. So maybe I'll end up making some notes here. Oh, come on. Come on. Okay, yeah, minimal font changes there, and then this stuff. We got the calculations set in. This graphic is showing up. Obviously, appearance changes to make the structure of this is much better. It's showing the correct information now, which was a big step. Obviously, still appearance changes to make. We got buttons hidden. It's exciting. A little bit closer every day. Goal is still to get this wrapped up by the holidays. I want to be able to send emails out to testers by the holidays. And ideally an update with some sneak peeks for the email newsletter, maybe a week before that, which is next week. Which is honestly very doable. At the rate I'm going at right now, I mean, I did a lot of work off camera, but you know, off camera we put the widgets together for this. We got a whole bunch of layout stuff tied into this. The aesthetic stuff is the easy stuff. Like I'm gonna have this finished in half an hour. Appearance changes, this will probably be half an hour to 45 minutes. This is probably similar. Probably like an hour and a half total for this guy, just because I need to go verify calculations and get that function working as intended, and I'm sure there's going to be some troubleshooting with that. And honestly, before I jump into the design stuff with this, we're probably going to bounce over to the shot logging and get these wrapped up. This and then the putting graphic as well. Like I'm probably still 4 or 5 videos away, but I've been doing a video every day, so especially if I do any work off camera. I don't think that's going to be too hard actually, which is cool. This will be really cool to get this stuff done. Hard thing, which I don't intend to tackle immediately, is do I want to put deep stats as a part of this view? How do I do those calculations? Maybe only every 5 rounds. Max it at 5 rounds. I'm not going to do all of the deep stats calculations for 100 rounds if the user logged them all. That's things might get a little slow there. Maybe not. Maybe it'd be fine, but good progress today. Off video, I might go ahead and start trying to jump into the function I'm using to calculate the deep stats round grade, which is this. Yeah, we're going to jump into that and try and at least get the math working to where, you know, at a minimum, I'm passing the value that I want to this widget. And if I can do that, then it mostly just becomes probably a quick little session with ChatGPT to get the line looking the way I want it to based on the value that's being passed. And once I have that, it's just aesthetics. Same thing that's left with most of the other widgets. Once we get it down to the aesthetics, it's half an hour's worth of work. It's just a matter of how long does it take me to get it there. So close. I kind of want to just keep rolling on it, but I do have other stuff I got to do. So we'll call it there for this video. As always, thanks to anybody who finds this after the fact. Look at the camera for the first time in the video. Went with the dark webcam today again, but oh well. You don't need to see my face anyways. Yeah, I'm sure I'll be back with another video tomorrow. And we will keep rolling. A little more exciting with every video we do. With every video I do. I get excited. Looks pretty cool. Yeah, I'll shut up now. Anything you want to see in C1x, leave a comment down below. Go to the website that's listed down below to get signed up for the email newsletter. Maybe get an update about testing. Maybe reach out to me if you want to test this real early. And that's all I got. We'll see you in the next one.